Hey there, buddy. Hey, how's it going? Okay, I'm not leaving the island, don't worry. I'll be back. Okay, bye. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Godfist progression. We're now on episode 3, and we're preparing to fight this boss. Goal here is to get some bell progression, and at the same time, get some luck in so we can get some nice legendary talents. But before we begin this video, I ask that you subscribe and click the link below to join my Discord server. According to YouTube analytics, on the last Godfist progression video, 90% of you guys aren't subscribed. Every single one of you that turns on post notifications helps out the channel a whole lot. With that out of the way, let's begin the video. Alright, so I may or may not have summoned a demonic entity. We're gonna make a wager with him because I really want some cool items and loot. Basically, I fight him, I beat him, and I get luck and bell progression. I think it's a win-win situation right here. So keep in mind, this is the first time I'm fighting him. I don't really know what the fuck's going on. He's just kind of like dashing at me. I'm trying to figure out the parry timing. Now, looking back, this is probably the longest boss fight I've ever partaken in Deepwoken. Like, I'm talking, this shit took me like an hour and a half in total. Obviously, it's edited down a lot, but I just figured I'd mention it since the rewards are a little lackluster for how much time I put up. But you can see here, I start to get down the timing a little bit, and as I get better, I slowly start to get a few hits in on him. Basically, with this boss, if you don't like successfully parry the attacks or like escape and get to him in time, and he's not going to give you any window for you to attack him, so you literally have to learn the boss as you're fighting him, or else you're not going to be able to beat him. After like 1 or 2 fights of dealing with him, I've pretty much figured out his entire attack patterns, and right now, as the time I'm recording this, I'm able to beat him in like under 10 minutes, which can change. So in between attacks, you can see right here that I literally just fucking sit on the campfire and heal back my HP. He doesn't attack very frequently, and you can see I come prepared. I have like 3 potions or something on me, nothing crazy, but it was enough to speed up like the first 10-15 minutes of the fight to where I don't have to constantly sit on the campfire. There were some points in this fight where he actually just sits there and stares at me while I'm on the campfire. Now, I don't know if this is true as of right now, but you can see I used that rapid slashes move on him. When I use this move on him in later fights, I think even later in this fight, it ends up glitching me out and I can't attack or parry, and that caused me to die at some point. I don't die to that on this fight, but later on I do die to it and I have to get restored. So just keep that in mind if you plan on using rapid slashes to get his HP down a little quicker. Hopefully they fix that soon. It's pretty annoying, especially for light weapon users that don't really have any mantras. But I mean, hey, you can literally sit on a campfire and heal for like half the fight, so it's not really that big of a deal. It just sucks that it like something extra that draws out the fight. When he does this clone move, I found it's great to use a ranged attack. I don't have a ranged attack because this is the Godfist progression, obviously, but like any kind of mobility move to get to him quicker, you can get 1 or 2 free hits on him, which is nice. If you are not able to attack him while the clones are out, it's better to just wait and like sit on a campfire and heal, because if you get to him after the clones are done spawning, then he'll just disappear instantly, as you saw it kind of just happen there. It's overall a better management of your time to sit on a campfire for a couple seconds and get some extra healing. You can see I'm really struggling with these parries. I had a lot of difficulty, but after I started to get used to him, this lightning strike move is actually the main move I would end up punishing him on, especially in phase 2 when he gets a longer punish period for it. But most of phase 1, your damage is going to come from the parries for the lightning rush attack. See here, I'm trying to understand the timing of the lightning strikes move to potentially parry it, but I find that the best way to deal with this move is to dodge and literally just run away from it. You don't want to try and parry it because it's a waste unless you have the Thunder Call talent that lets you teleport to him after a parry. So I finally get a couple hits on him, only for him to use lightning rush again and again. Yeah, I spent a while learning how to fight him. I finally get a few hits on him, hit him with that wombo combo, happy feet. Fortunately, he does not stay still enough for me to use the ass beating technique. As you can see here, I'm doing much better, you know, learning his techniques. I'd say this is for sure the easiest boss fight in the game. I don't know if the Enforcer counts. If the Enforcer counts, then he's the second easiest boss fight in the game, because the Enforcer is definitely the easiest boss. I had fun just listening to a podcast and grinding out this boss fight. As you can see, he finally goes into his second phase, which actually takes a long-ass while. I get completely thrown out of whack by these new moves. Grand Javelin, if you get hit by it, you're basically dead, right? You're dead. But it's extremely easy to dodge. You can literally hold A and not even be sprinting or press any other button. You can hold one of the side strafe buttons and completely evade it. It's very easy to dodge. He doesn't have a lot of tracking with it, so it's not really the main issue. What you should worry about, though, is his lightning dash move right here. He uses it. Parry timing is much faster, and it'll completely throw out your rhythm if you're used to the parry timing of the first phase lightning dash. Having mobility mantras against this guy is very effective in dealing with him. Very helpful. I found that ranged mantras are actually like one of the best ways to get some free damage on him. Following up after attacks like Grand Javelin, where he would normally teleport instantly, if you're able to get quickly to him with some kind of teleport mantra or ranged move on him, ends up giving you a free hit that you otherwise would not have got. Honestly, this boss fight's actually pretty fucking relaxing, which is a weird thing to say about a boss fight. Like, I literally, some of these fights on with this guy, I watch a podcast and farm him for like 3 hours to get the luck and resonance progression. And I just want to let you guys know, I saw the comments about getting a Legion style. I plan on getting all of the fist combat styles on this build. That way, I can use total fighting. You know how it is. We gotta be a hanma. But yeah, I think after this fight, for the first ferryman kill, I'm gonna go ahead and try and get my Legion progression. Especially with how long it takes. You have to do the event to get the Legion fists like 5 or 6 times in order to get enough progression with their alignment for them to like you and give you the item you need to get the fists. So I did see a lot of people that said the Legion fist style is a lot better than Way of Nave, but I disagree. I think they're both pretty equally good. Like, also seen some sources say that they have like vastly different attack speeds, which isn't true either. It's like literally the exact same speed. If you read the item description for the fists on the campfire for the 2 different fist styles, they're exactly the same. The only one I believe is different is just Karita, which is either slower or faster. I don't quite remember. I think it's slower, if I remember correctly, and does more damage. You can see I almost land the ass beating technique on him. Very nice. Get the extra hits in from the fist mantras. Honestly, there's several points in this fight where I come very close to dying. I'm actually doing pretty well right here, but like a lot of the fight, I do spend healing and trying to like actually get down the timing of his attacks. There's a lot of trial and error involved here. If you're not prepared for your first fight with the ferryman by like bringing extra coal and rock to make more flint, particularly if you plan on fighting him multiple times in succession, even just something as simple as bringing a couple health potions to make the first few minutes go by quicker and you don't die, you know, as soon as you get hit by a couple attacks, will make or break your performance in this fight. Like, I've seen a lot of people completely turn down fighting this boss because they have a couple bad experiences with their first fights with him. Now, if you can solo Primadon, I recommend just fighting Primadon. Primadon's actually much more efficient when it comes to both luck and bell progression. However, if you're solo, this is like a free boss fight. This is the way you're going to want to progress, at least for getting your bell. For me, Primadon's very risky because I don't really have any healing moves or gems on my mantras to heal, particularly at this point because, you know, I'm like power 30s-ish. I'm also partially using this boss to get XP in my abilities. You know, I'm not really lame. We got to progress the Chad way in here, you know, by fighting a boss. Now, I'm going to be a little bit transparent with you guys here. I read every single one of the comments on my videos, like not even lying. I'll just fucking sit on a toilet for like an hour reading all those comments, right? I'll like the ones I think are funny or interesting or have some kind of benefit and substance to them, and I'll just kind of like note the less important ones. And honestly, I'm extremely shocked by like the amount of sheer support this series has got. I hope all of you guys stick around and enjoy the future series I make on Deepwoken and the future episodes on this series. I'm running up to this guy again, and I actually hit him with my mantra, you know, and then he proceeds to run away like a bitch and use lightning assault. The amount of hits you can get in after the lightning assaults, you know, if you parry all 3 of them, because he'll just flying right and straight up away from you if you don't parry all of them. Makes or breaks your time for this boss. If you have a bad time on fighting this boss and like it ends up being drawn out, odds are it's because you did not parry his hits. If you parry the hits, it's very easy to take him out quickly. If you're not parrying and you're not actually dodging the attacks, you're not getting to him and hitting him, then obviously the fight's going to take a while. You can see here I do parry a couple of the hits from the lightning strike. The only time I really recommend that you do this is when the lightning strikes are already coming down and they're on top of you, i.e. if you're sitting on a campfire like I was there. Because odds are you're not going to have enough time to roll out of it. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. That was some crazy lag. It's another qualm I have with this fight. You can see I'm in California servers here. It was very difficult, especially for my first time around fighting this boss and on like 300 ping server. I don't like to keep performance stats while I'm recording, but I end up having it on some points post-recording and pre-recording, and my ping was not very nice. I don't know why I decided to fight him in the California server. I just think it slipped my mind and I wasn't really thinking about it. He ends up zapping me up here, which fucking sucks, but I do get some hits in through the lightning assault, which I end up not parrying because I fucking suck. You know, I'd say I had like a 50-50 success rate when it came to parrying all 3 hits from the lightning assault at this point in fighting him. I wish they added some time after the Grand Javelin for you to get some hits in. That would make the fight go by a lot smoother and a lot quicker, but I feel like the period after the lightning strikes is long enough to kind of compensate for that. You get a lot of hits in after it, and if you end up parrying all 3 of the lightning assaults, like I said, you get a lot more hits in than if you don't parry them. It's gonna go a lot quicker. I'd say the first 5 fights with this guy is more of like an endurance test, and then after you get 5 fights of experience with him, it's more of like a speed run. You're just trying to see how fast you can actually defeat him. I feel like I played pretty overly cautious, but that actually rewarded me later on because I didn't die once. Basically, anytime I got near like half HP, I would sit at the campfire and heal up and then watch his movements and deal with whatever he threw at me accordingly. Now, obviously, like I said, after you get some experience in with fighting this boss, you don't really have to do that anymore. You can kind of be more ballsy. Honestly, if Roblox goes down one more time when I'm in the middle of the fight in Deepwoken, I'm going to apply to McDonald's on God. I don't know what's been going on recently. Maybe there's like an Adopt Me update or something. It's like they got something going on with their servers. They gotta fix it. At this point in the fight, he is absolutely getting low. Like there is no shot he is not like close to death. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can play it less safely. I want to get this fight done quickly. I'm tired of, you know, just spamming Basically what I did there to parry all 3 hits, because as I mentioned, this is a pretty high ping server for me. California is ass, worse than Hong Kong. The bing bong bing with those parries and get my free hits in. Thank you very much, sir. And he is finally dead, and you can see I actually got luck there from killing him, and a lot of it too. And like a complete bozo, I end the dialogue here. I am literally stupid as fuck. This is the dumbest thing I've quite possibly ever done. You do not get the reward if you do this. However, I got the luck, got the bell progression. I can't really be mad, right? I still got everything I really wanted, and now it's time to head out and leave the island, you know, cash out on our rewards, throw a little party, if you will. 3 calls for celebrate. Hey there, buddy. Hey, how's it going? Okay, I'm not leaving the island, don't worry. I'll be back. Okay, bye. I don't know why Kaido spawned on me. You know, I'm actually starting to consider just resetting to get back to where I want to go. Okay, so we're now finally out of that shithole, and we're on our way to the Hive Island. So the plan is simple. We're going to the Hive Island. We're going to farm to get the Legion Cestus, or whatever it's called, the Legion fighting style. I forgot what it's called. I already talked to the NPC at Arisia to get the quest started. And now we're going to go farm reputation with Legion in order to get the officer's note, or captain's recommendation. That's the item you need to get fists. So, obviously I sped up the sailing here because nothing important happens. So yeah, if you somehow do not know how to get to Hive, the route I take here is obviously the route you go to get to the Hive Island. I don't know why, but for some reason half of the tutorials on how to get to locations in this game are like incoherent and like graphics setting 0.5 with like very poor editing and video quality. I don't know what the heck's going on with these people. Now that we're finally at this island, we're just gonna scale up, recall the boat real quick, because I don't want it to get eaten by a lionfish. If lionfish actually spawn here, so if you leave your boat here, odds are it's either going to get eaten or stolen. By the way, you need a glider in order to get to where I'm going, so if you do not have a glider, don't follow this and just get your glider first. Trust me, it's going to be a lot easier. Now, this is my first time actually taking this way through Hive Island, so I don't even know where the fuck I'm going. I think I watched a video or something earlier, and I'm trying to like figure out what I'm doing here. You take these pads all the way up, and you basically just scale this giant mountain, and then you glide to the other island in order to get to our swept valley to actually participate in the events that you need in order to get the fist style. Now I'm thinking if I switch between fist styles mid-fight to fuck with my opponents, will it actually be useful? I don't know. I might actually end up just sticking with the Legion style here and only using it, or I might actually switch between the fist styles mid-fight. I don't really know. I'm still coming up with the decision. It's hard to say since I've never actually used the Legion fighting style, what I'm gonna do. But yeah, the next arc in our journey begins, the Hive arc, and we're just gonna go ahead and sail to the Hive Island. Looking forward to adding the second fist fighting style under our belt. Probably going to end up killing Ferryman some more after we get this fighting style, and gonna bring our character to the next level when it comes to power. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one.